Yes, hello my friends. I hope you're having a beautiful night. It is a gorgeous night here in the great state of Texas, and we had a busy night. Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, no longer Speaker of the House. Wow, that happened. We're recording a video, hello. That happened fast, man. So we were thinking that was being rumored to happen. We get here, land, and I arrive right in my hotel. And they are counting the votes down. I flip on the news and the clock is ticking, they're counting the votes. And something interesting here in Texas I needed to share with you. There's only one news channel in my hotel room, which happens to be CNN. So here's the curious thing. Now, I know there's a lot of takes on this, and I know a lot of people are happy that Kev, who raised the debt limit to no limit and has done some other very problematic things, in particular with January 6th and some other very important topics, is gone. I know a lot of people are happy about that. A lot of people very sad about that, saying that this was maybe a little too much, too fast, maybe an overreaction. What's the plan? And some people say in response to that, well, this is what you get, right? This is what's going to happen if you are not staying true to your word, if you're not adhering to the things that you promised previously. And so we are in a situation where it's tense. Okay, I'm nervous about it. I think that there is some real risk here, because if something happens with one of our very coveted committees, like the House Ways and Means Committee or the Oversight Committee or the Judiciary Committee, any one of these committees who is investigating the Biden crime family, we lose that, we lose a lot. And so things feel tense. You can see this is the nice little entrance into the hotel on our walk and talk this evening. And so things feel tense. And so I certainly don't want to lose those committees, because they are right in the middle of an investigation, a very important one. And so I don't know how all this is going to shake out and settle down. What I do know is that today, when I was attending to different activities here, I was in and out of my room a few times today. Landed, came, dropped the bags off, turn on the TV, see the countdown, McCarthy's time is up. As I said, I'm only on CNN. I leave from my room, go get dinner, go back, check in to my room, CNN's back on. Same people are on the screen. I'm watching what they're saying and what their attitude is about this whole thing. Go register, check in, get the name tag, all the stuff. Come back to the room. CNN's on again. Every single time I was there, they were beside themselves with glee and joy about what was happening in the House of Representatives. So I know that is not a good thing. Now, I know people have opinions on McCarthy, people have opinions on Gates. I think that we're all in agreement that Congress, in its current iteration, is a joke. My question is it going to become a bigger joke or not? You know, is this going to lead to anything that's fruitful? And I certainly hope that it does, because it is a bit of a gamble. But I can understand the need to shake things up, because we're walking in to what feels like an abyss from which there is no return. I just saw, and on our channel we've had a lot of conversations about McCarthy and about some red lines in the sand and some of the dumb things that he's done, in particular lifting the limit of the debt, taking the limit off. And I just saw new numbers out that there was something like $250 billion of new debt added to the country's debt in one day. We are now 2 weeks into $500 billion of additional spending that has come on the back of that stupid debt deal that they passed and kicked the thing down the road until after 2025. And so that type of behavior, you know, if there's not a limiting check valve on that, does it persist? Does it continue on? Well, Matt Gaetz and some Republicans in Congress thought that it would. And so they made their decision, and here we are. Now, I didn't think it was going to actually come to this, but we're here. So now the question is, what is the next step? And I am hopeful, though doubtful, that there can be some agreement on the second floor amongst the Republicans in the House of Representatives to, nice light here, to come to a better arrangement, right? Where promises are made and promises are kept this time. But what is that going to look like? And as I said at the beginning of this video, my main concern is that we're going to see some other backroom deal, some other negotiated arrangement where maybe a certain somebody gets appointed, but they can't keep a certain person on a committee. Okay, so yes, this person, the Democrats will support this Republican, but in exchange from that, Comer's off oversight, or Jordan's off judiciary, or no subpoenas for the Biden crime family, or some other backroom deal. I don't know all the ins and outs of Congress, and neither does Kevin McCarthy, it sounds like. But it is precarious, so I get concerned about that. You know, is it a victory in name only, something that is not going to return any actual concrete benefits? Because we're right in the middle of this Biden investigation. And if we get to the point next year, as we were theorizing, as the timeline plays out, do we want the climax of that investigation to happen right now, or in June, July next year? We start maybe a real impeachment so that by the time October lands, boom, right? Now it is timed perfectly for the election, because you know what's going to happen. The Democrats are doing that with Trump and with his trials. So it's going to be the same timeline. The question will be, can the Republicans do anything to counter-program that? And so I understand the urgency and the feeling like the Republicans are not doing anything, in particular on those committees. Again, I'm mostly concerned about those committees. You know, the McCarthy's leadership on the budget and spending on those other issues, nothing to write home about. In fact, it's basically the opposite of what the party wants, I believe. But the mainstream Republican leaders cram it down our gullets anyways. This tells them, not anymore, you're not. Unless they do something, right? Unless they come back out, they negotiate something with Hakeem Jeffries, they install somebody else, and that person is like a Ken Buck or something from Colorado, you know? And Ken Buck, who is a very staunch anti-Biden impeachment effort person, would be a big problem. Because now if we don't have the pit bulls like Jordan and Jordan and Comer and Jason Smith on the different committees, then those committees are basically going to be neutered and just committees in name only. So we're here. It was a spicy day, a day that I know Jake Tapper and Caitlin Collins and everybody on CNN, they were doing cartwheels over this. Giddy, like little schoolgirls, all day. I was watching them. Even on silent mode. This is historic. No speaker has ever been removed. Republican Party's in disarray. This shows they've got no leadership. This shows they've got no vision for the country, and blah, blah, blah. All day on repeat. So they're as giddy as can be, you know, and when your enemy is thrilled about whatever's happening, it's usually not a good sign. And I think at this moment, it feels like there's more elation about this situation on the left than there is joy on the right. There's a lot of conflict on the right. A lot of politicians are trying to thread this needle very carefully. You know, where are we at? What side to pick? I saw Vivek's statement where he's, you know, trying to, I think, live with this new reality where we're at, but also trying to temper expectations, right? Saying that this has really caused a lot of chaos what is the next step, who is the next leader, what is the next plan, what's going to happen to these committees, what's going to happen to subpoenas. Does any of that change at all, or does it change in a big way? We don't know. That's part of the problem. So we're hopeful that the Republicans have a little bit of a wake-up call, can get it together, so that the most important part of what we do, in terms of congressional investigations, can carry on. We want those committees to have their powers, their authority to move things around just like pieces on a chessboard, just moving them around, And we'll see if they can figure it out, because chess is a complicated game and they're Congress people. Not going to hold our breath on that. But my friends, we are here in Texas. We've got a great conference tomorrow and the following day, and then a travel day heading back. Very much looking forward to it. A lot of very smart people here, a lot smarter than me, and a lot of great communicators, excellent thinkers, people who know how to have impact in this space and level up skill sets. And so we're going to be learning a lot about that here. Of course, I want to bring all that back and share that with you. So that's where we're at here this week. And we're going to keep posting some updates like this, maybe some other walk and talks from some other various locations, and then try to stay plugged in on the news as it unfolds. But that is the update for today, and a pretty big update. And we'll see what the fallout looks like. But we'll continue to be here covering it all, my friends, no matter what state we're in. And here we are in Texas. So until the next one, my friends, I hope you're making it a beautiful night and a great week. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.